Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Today we will discuss about the new agriculture bills. You get to know that the farmers from Haryana and Punjab are protesting from last several days against three new bills introduced by the central government. The bills were introduced by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. The minister of that ministry is Mr. Narendra Singh Tomar. Okay. We will get to know what are the three new farm bills against which the farmers are protesting. Okay. But before we start, please do subscribe to my channel and press the notification button so that you can get the notification of every single video when I upload it. Okay. So let's start. Actually, the government promulgated three ordinances on 5th of June. Now, the new bills are introduced to replace those ordinances. So let's discuss. But before we discuss about the bills, let's quickly look into the difference between a bill and a ordinance. Okay. So what is a bill? A bill is a document presented in legislature. That is, in this case, here the legislature is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay. So these are presented in legislature for discussion and voting. And there, if it get passed, then with the president's consent it becomes an act. So bill is the pre-documentation of an act. Okay. Now what is an ordinance? An ordinance is promulgated by the president. Okay. It has the same effect of an act, like it is quite similar to an act. Okay. But within 42 days, within 42 days, a bill on behalf of that ordinance, which is already promulgated, should be present in the legislature, that is in Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha. Okay. And it need to be passed. Okay. Basically it is done when, the ordinance is taken when parliament is not in the session. In this case, government has promulgated three ordinances on 5th of June. You know, that time parliament were closed. Now as the monsoon session has started, government has to pass the bill from the parliament. Okay. So let's get into the bills. Now what are the bills? There are three bills. The first one is the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Bill 2020. It is related to the promotion and facilitation of farmers' product. The second bill is the Farmers Agreement of Price Assurance and Farm Services Bill 2020. It is related to the empowerment and protection of the farmers. Okay, now the third one is the Essential Commodities Act, the Essential Commodities Bill of 2020. Actually, it is the amendment of the Essential Commodities Act of 1955. So, why the farmers are protesting? The farmers are basically objecting the first bill. Their concerns are mainly about the sections related to four things, that are trade area, traders, market fees and dispute resolution. Okay. So let's discuss one by one of these. Okay. So the first one, trade area. The first bill defines trade area as any area or location including farm gates, factory premises, warehouses, silos, cold storages or any other structure or places from where trade of farmers, the trade of farmers product may be undertaken in the territory of India. It may be intrastate. Okay. In the effect, existing mandis established under the APMC Act and private mandis which are established after taking permission from the state governments were excluded from the definition of trade area under the new law. The protesters say this provision will restrict APMC mandis to their physical boundaries and will also give a free hand to the corporate buyers. So this is their issue. Okay. So next, trader. So according to the new bill, trader is a person who buys farmers product by way of intrastate trade or interstate trade, or a combination of both, either for self or on behalf of one or more persons for the purpose of wholesale trade, retail, end use, value addition, processing, manufacturing, export, consumption, or for such other purposes. So this says that a trader can be anyone. It can be from other state, it can be from the same state, and he can buy products for interstate trade, he can buy for intrastate trade, I mean from for within state trade, for outer state trade, and he can use the product for himself or he can sell the product to other person. Okay. So according to the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, any trader with a PAN card, any trader with a PAN card can buy the farmer's product in the trade area. So there is no need of license. Okay. Previously, for trading in the mandi, the trader should have a license. The trader require a license from the government. Now the protesters are saying that mandi agents have a credibility as their financial status is checked when the government had given them license. But how can a farmer trust a new trader who is not verified by the government and who doesn't have any license? So this is their concern. Now next point, market fee. Okay. According to the new bill, no market fee, cess or any other fees will be charged from farmers and traders. Government officials are saying that these provision will reduce the cost of transaction and will benefit both farmers and traders. Okay. But under the present system, I mean under the existing system, in states like Punjab, a market fee of 3%, a rural development charge of 3%, and the agent commission nearly 2.5% were taken, totaling a 8.5%. And the farmers have to give this to the government and to the mandi authority. Okay. But the protesters are saying that initially new traders will offer the better prices to the farmers, and obviously then the farmers will sell their product to them. So due to these, APMC system will collapse. That is true. If APMC were reluctant to their fees and charges, then definitely one day APMC mandi system will collapse. Then, and they are saying that then there will be a monopoly of those traders. Then they can pressurize the farmers to sell on a fixed rate. That means trader will have full control to the entire system. Okay. So this is the third concern of farmers. So let's go to the next concern, that is dispute resolution. What is dispute resolution? According to the new bill, if any dispute arises between the farmers or the traders, either party may seek a mutually acceptable solution by approaching the subdivisional magistrate, and then the subdivisional magistrate shall refer such dispute to a conciliation board to be appointed by him, and then that board will settle the dispute. Okay, but the farmers fear that the proposed system of conciliation can be misused against them. They say that ordinances doesn't allow farmers to approach a civil court. So these are the concerns of farmer. So these 4 points, that is trade area, traders, market fee and dispute resolution. Okay. Now let's see why are the states protesting, why the states are protesting. Now some states like Punjab, Haryana and West Bengal and some parties DMK, BSP, Congress, TMC, they are protesting against the bill. Why? Why they are protesting? Let's see. They are protesting because if these bills are introduced, I mean these bills, if the bills are implemented, then the states will face a huge loss of revenue which are generated through APMCs. States like Punjab earns thousands of crores from the farmers each year. I already told you that in APMC systems, states used to levy nearly 8.5% taxes from the farmer. So this is a huge amount each year. Okay, so definitely there is a good reason for the states to protest. Now, in this case, what is my view? We got our independence in 1947, but our farmers didn't get the independence till today because they are facing the same colonialism just like our industry faced till 1991 before the end of license Raj. Okay, you know, between farmer and consumer there are middlemen who used to fix the price of the product. These people neither produce crops nor they have proper business like restaurant or retail shop or any marketplace. They what they do, they collect the products from the farmers at a very low price and then sell them at a higher price to the consumer or to a marketplace or to a shop, to a hotel or any other places. Now these mandis or APMC systems are doing the same like middlemen. So what the APMC systems are actually doing, farmers grow crops, they used to take those crops to the APMC. Okay, then APMC used to buy those products from farmers and used to send it to the other markets. Okay, the rate of the product is usually fixed by the APMC authorities. But when APMC were introduced, it has a goal. It has a goal to give the farmers the minimum price of a product. Okay, note the point. APMC systems were introduced to give the farmer minimum price of a product. But in the meantime, in nowadays, what is happening that this minimum price became the maximum price of a product. Okay, that is farmers are bound to give their product, bound to sell their product to the APMC authorities in a fixed price, which are regulated by the APMC authority, and the farmers had no option. So what is this? This is like colonialism. Either you sell your product to us in our fixed price, otherwise your product will become waste, your product will rotten. So there is a monopoly of these mandis, I mean the APMCs. But the hypocrisy is that states are saying in future there will be a monopoly of traders when there is already a monopoly of mandis. I already told you how mandis are used to fix the rate of the product. So I think by the new law, farmers will have the option to sell their products either to the one of the traders or to the APMCs. So I think farmers will get the best price in the market. So by these laws, the colonialism in the agricultural sector will come to an end. Okay, now I would like to add the comment of a prominent person who has done decades of research in Indian agricultural sector. He is an agricultural economist, Mr. Ashok Gulati. What he said, I quote, "To me, it is very clear it is something like the delicensing of the industry in 1991 because you are giving a better choice and opening up the markets where the processors and the farmers, exporters, retailers can join together. So the intermediation costs are likely to come down." So we can come to a conclusion that somehow in fear of losing the revenue, I mean huge revenue, states are pushing the farmers in the front line of protest. Actually, these bills are quite a good effort by the central government to help the farmers. But as I think, some points should be added to the bills, like a fixed export rule at least for each year. In present system, what the government is doing from 2014 to 2019, the government has changed the export rule for onions 17 times. 17 times for onions, and for rice and wheat it is 14 times. So if there will be a fixed export rule, then the exporters the exporters will have a confidence to buy products in a huge amount and also in a good price. Okay. And the next point is government have to ensure that the middlemen, now there is a, I already told you that some middlemen were present in the system. So government have to ensure that the middlemen do not become the traders. If those person become trader, then it will be a huge problem for the farmers again. Now the third point is the traders. The traders must have a proper business like a restaurant or hotel or retail shop, etc. Or the trader should be an exporter so that the farmers can hand over their crops to a reliable trader. Okay. I think after these changes, the bills will achieve their aim and definitely it will help the farmers a lot. Now this is the end of this video. I hope you are now clear about the whole topic. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.